Hello, it's the Beginner Crafter. Welcome to another WIPMAS and WIPTube as well. And today I'm going to show you what I did on Monday, the 8th of December. And it was a pretty good day. I started with gauge swatches for IngesKnittingLab test for the Chiara Jacket. So this is my stockinette gauge swatch. I still have to block my gauge swatches, so they are unblocked at this point because I've decided to, well, this one is finished, so I will wet it and block it overnight so that it has the time to dry. So far it is slightly bigger than what it should be. As far as I can tell, after blocking it will actually shrink. Is that what I want to say? So it should be a bit more when it comes to the proper gauge. However, it feels like I am knitting loose here, so maybe I will have to change the size of needles to get to a better proportions and better number of stitches. And the other gauge swatch, which is done in the basket weave stitch, I haven't finished yet. I finished 14 rows and the suggested number of rows for blocking is 24. So I still have a bit to go, but I should do it tomorrow. And this basket stitch looks absolutely lovely. But again, I feel like I'm stitching it loose. So again, maybe I will have to change needle size because these are 5.5 millimeter needles as suggested in, oh no, they're even 5 millimeter ones. Oh, that I hadn't noticed. I was sure I was picking 5.5, but I guess I did not. So we'll see what happens with smaller needles. Let's say it was planned after seeing the other gauge swatch. Although it wasn't, obviously, but it will give me some idea, I guess, whether it is the matter of needles or it is a matter of yarn or it's a matter of my knitting and I need to change, which will be a bit more difficult. So this was the main part of the day. I did have a bit more time today because I did not have my afternoon lessons. They were cancelled, so I did have more time to do stuff. So I also did my other project, the second main project of the day, the one that the spinning wheel decided I should do, and this is what it looked like before I started stitching. So this is how many cross stitches I can make out of one skein of embroidery thread, and I'm just stitching back and forth. And so far I had 3 lines of cross stitches, full cross stitches, so that was 600 stitches. And today I stitched half stitches from one end to another, so 200 half stitches, so more or less 100 stitches. I think I am more or less in half of the thread, maybe even less. So my 4,000 stitches was overly optimistic. But yeah, we'll see how that works. I'm glad I made progress on it because this project needed that. It is annoying to work on it because it's an 8-meter thread and it knots, it catches up on the canvas, so it gets weaker, so it's a bit annoying. Plus I need to really use my eyes very much to see where I'm supposed to put the needle, because right now I'm stitching on count 18, which is very, very small. So I'm glad I was pushed to do it, because then it did get quite a lot of work done. I usually stitch in like 20 half stitches increments, so it's like what I did today, 200 half stitches. That would take me normally like at least 5 days or even more to do that. So I'm really glad I did that. I'm really glad the wheel selected this for me, because it got quite a big boost. Then I finished my Wishbone Sweater. So that's another goal, yearly goal, knocked off my list. The sweater is finished. And it's huge, and it's super cozy. It is slightly shorter than I would have wanted it to. Actually, the sleeves, especially one sleeve, is slightly longer than the body of the sweater. And that's because I stitched the hem on the sleeve a bit longer. And I guess if I didn't stitch it as long, I would definitely be able, or would have been able, to stitch at least one more round on the body, which would make the body slightly longer. So that would have been a little better. Yeah, it would have been better if I could switch, but what can you do? Also where am I in the sweater now? Yeah, this part, the neck part, the turtleneck. I wish I had done it slightly shorter, because it actually goes up to my chin, and because I used a German short rows, so it's not even, then it gets to my ears, and to me it's not comfortable. I wish it was a round or two shorter. It's really not that much, but I wish it was slightly shorter, which again would give me more yarn to make the body longer. Because when I put my arms like up, the sweater goes up also very much, because it's a drop shoulder construction, and the shoulder drops actually pretty low on my shoulder. It's uncomfortable, because when I put my arms up, the hem goes over my navel even, so that's really, really cropped for me. I don't like it. I still have to block this sweater. There are still some threads to weave in. I weaved in the most important ones so that it's still comfortable to wear and try on, but I hope blocking will help. I don't know when I will have the time to block it, but I hope blocking will help to make it a bit longer on the body. Also gravity, because it is a heavy sweater. So I hope gravity also will help and make it longer. So that's a finish, and I'm super happy about it. It's going to be a nice cozy sweater for cold winter evenings. Fantastic. It is soft. It is quite heavy because it's a lot of yarn, but it's this soft yarn and fluffy yarn, so it's not like super heavy on your body. It feels heavy when you carry it, but when you are inside this sweater, it's nice and cozy. I wonder how I will feel with the mohair, because I wonder if it's going to scratch. So far, not so much, but I haven't really worn the sweater for too long, so I don't know how it's going to behave. Another project I worked on were the birds. So this is what they are going to look like once they are finished, and what they looked like before I started. The difference will not be huge because I stitched 101 stitches today. So I need to first figure out where I stitched. I remember it was a blue color, so definitely the bird here got filled in. I know I started this bird here with this blue. But I don't really remember where else. Oh yeah, I remember a bit. I finished this bird here with the dark brown that I stitched yesterday. And on those two birds there was also a little bit of that dark brown. So now there's going to be blue filled in. And well, I think now of that blue I have fewer stitches than 100, but all the stitches now, all the colors now will have more than 100 stitches for filling in, and the numbers are going to grow enough that it will definitely take me at least 2 days to stitch through them, even if I can stitch 150 stitches a day. Soon there will be stitches that are, soon there will be colors that are over 150 stitches. However, I can already see in my pattern keeper that when it's set horizontally, the way I can stitch it comfortably, the list of colors that appears is already, you can see that there's empty space, so I don't have as many colors to stitch now, which is great because it really shows that there's a lot done. I did not pay attention how many % of stitches I have. It's definitely over 80, but I didn't pay attention today. I guess I'll have a look tomorrow if I remember, or the next time I'm stitching on them, because we'll see when that happens. But I hope quite soon. And I think that's it. I don't think I stitched on anything else today. Tomorrow will not be as good a day because I don't have much later to go to school tomorrow, because I need to go earlier to substitute one teacher, and in the afternoon I probably will have my lessons, so not too much time in the afternoon to stitch, but it shouldn't be a horrible day. I mean, Wednesday will be more difficult, I guess. So I need to finish the gate swatch, and that shouldn't really take too long, to be honest. I don't think I will be able to finish it before school. I was hoping that I would have only a few rows left, so that I could, if I got up a bit earlier, finish it before going to school and start blocking it, and then have it dry when I was at school. But because we need to soak it for 20 minutes, and it is still 10 rows of the gauge swatch, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it before school and start blocking it. So I'll try to finish it between school and afternoon lessons, so that it already has the time to dry, and maybe it will dry enough so that I can show it to you tomorrow. Now the candy. I ate today's candy really quickly because it was very good. So I was very happy about it. Well, it wasn't today's candy, it was yesterday's candy. So now I'm looking for the 9th of December. It's over here with the lollipop. And it looks like I'm getting another long piece of candy. toxic waste, nuclear sludge. The name does not create trust. It's blue raspberry flavored chew bar. Hazardously sour candy. I guess it is pretty boring at this time because for the last 2 days, well, this is the 3rd day, I'm getting candy, like the chew type of candy, and it is sour again. And almost everything I got were things for either chewing or just, you know, melting in your mouth. And only the Reese's were bars or cups, cupcakes, cups. What were they? No, they were cups. Something crunchy, something that's actually, you know, good for feeling that you're eating something. So we'll see how that tastes. It's pretty big. And if it's hazardously sour, I'm not entirely sure I like it. And why then Laffy Taffy was such a small candy? It was delicious. And this one is going to be problematic, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how that tastes tomorrow. It's going to be risky. And for the last element of the day, or the last segment of the video, the wheel that will tell me what I'll be working on tomorrow as a second important piece from the gate swatch. And it is the socks. Cool. Fine. Finally, I'll have the time to take care of the socks because they are still this teeny tiny socks. And I haven't worked on them since December started, and I do want to make good progress on them. So I guess it will be a lot of knitting tomorrow because I'll be knitting the gauge swatch and then those socks. But I guess once I finish the gauge swatch, the socks become my main piece for tomorrow. Because I don't think tomorrow we will get any other part of the pattern. From what Inge said, tomorrow we will be getting a video on the basket weave stitch, which I hope I made correctly, but we will find out if this is the way to go. But I hope I understood the instructions correctly. I mean, it is a basket weave stitch. It looks more or less what I imagined it to be, although in the photos I think of Inge's, the stitches are smaller than mine. So maybe I am doing something wrong, we'll see. But if it turns out, no, it's not me, I'm doing everything correctly, then yeah, the socks will be my main piece for tomorrow, and I will do stuff in between. So yeah, that's great. I'm super happy that the socks came out. I think I'll be happy about everything right now. I guess maybe UFOs again would be a bit annoying, and this how many cross stitches, if it comes out like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, that's also would be annoying, just because it would be too quickly and it's not my favorite project to work on. But I think now everything on my wheel is something I would be excited to stitch, because that would mean I'll be able to possibly fill out my goals. One goal is done because Wishbone Sweater. 2 levels for my UFOs are done because I finished 2 projects. I still need 1. So that's really good. I'm really happy with my progress. Yeah, WIPMAS was a great idea, I think. So yeah, we'll see how tomorrow works, what I'll be able to do. And fingers crossed, my basket weave stitch is the correct stitch, and the only possible problem is that my needles are still a little bit too big. And that's why it's not entirely correct, the size of it. But other than that, I really like the way the fabric looks. It's really cool. I'm really impressed with myself. And let's hope it stays that way. If you've liked the video, please click the thumbs up. It's always appreciated. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you want to see the progress on all my WIPs. Thank you for watching and hopefully see you next time. Bye!